We're going to Jervis, the CEO of Prosper Bridge in Colorado.
Cool.
Dr. D, thank you so much. This is awesome. I've already bought the book, and this is a topic that I've had to really practice and lean into because I'm a process thinker, not a story thinker naturally. But what are the components, or maybe a better question is, what is the most important component of a great story?
Yeah, when you're telling a story as a CEO, it's really I wouldn't say there's any one great component. I'm going to answer, I'll give you like a kind of a checklist that I do, very quickly if I were being interviewed for the book. But I want to give you something better than that, Jervis. So what's really key is that you spot themes and threads once you write your dots out, right? So you're going to get to, the book, what's I think fun about it is that you can actually treat it like a workbook. So like when you're looking at your blue dots, you can see what the ingredients are of the blue dots, and then you can look at your themes and you can start to sort them with little boxes here in the book, and you can start to align your story. So what the most important part of that is that you follow the process and that you have coherence from one chapter. So your past is hero, your now or near now is probably collaborative, and your future is virtuous. So you might have gotten a taste or a whiff of your virtuous story, like what you should be doing with your life, which is probably what you're doing right now. But you probably want to animate and evolve that in the future a little bit more, so that you're speaking your future into your present. And so that carries me forward, because a narrative is different than a story. So I use them synonymously. Narrative is your story over time. Past, like Scott does with interviewees, now and future. Think of past being heroic, 0 to 13, 0 to 18. Think of now being from then to anywhere to about now or just before now. And then virtuous is a little bit before now forward. Okay. Now to answer the other question, doggy head tilt is inspired by you being a little bit of a provocateur, right? At the beginning of, so the doggy head tilt is what happens when my Aussie hears my keys jingling. He goes, what? So you want doggy head tilt 1 to 3 minutes with the story. No more than 3 characters, meaning individuals in the story. My cousin Jeff, he used to know Scott, but then Scott was talking to Stacy about Jervis. Like that, just cognitive overload floods our brain. We can't do anything. And then pace is really important. Not to like rush into it, to settle into story. There's a real somatic effect. You can see people who are cool with their story actually are a lot more calming. Their voice actually usually drops a little bit too. I call it basing out. Think of Morgan Freeman. If more of us sounded like Morgan Freeman, we'd be pretty like convincing, right? So and think about how you normally get excited. If you're really excited about something, or you drop something, what happens with your voice? Oh my God. Like, right? So then so our voices go up. We don't go, oh my gosh, I think I just dropped the china, honey. So what happens is people, they aspirate like crazy, like they're out of breath, or just start to, and they also, their voice goes up. And so our audio profile as human beings, I know I'm getting really deep here, but what the heck, is that, we say something's off. Something's off with this story. Something's off. So pace and breathing. So where does that get auto-corrected? When you have the right dots, because that's who you really are. So there you go. Yeah, right on. Great question.
Gold,
man.
Absolute gold. So